Hello, welcome to our live streaming. We are streaming at the ITMA Asia Shanghai. Hello, welcome to our live streaming. We are streaming at the ITMA Asia Shanghai exhibition. I represent REFOND Equipment Corporation Limited, and our booth number is H8F15. Today we will introduce several color fastness related products. And the first one here is the RF1106 gas film chamber. It is used to determine the fabric's color fastness to atmospheric nitrogen oxides. The nitrogen oxide is usually produced by the combustion of gases. In this test, we use natural gas or butane as the fuel. And to do the test, in our machine there are several different parts. The top part is the test chamber, and below is the combustion chamber, where we have a Bunsen burner and an igniter. And on the right is the touchscreen and also the control chamber. We have a lot of innovations on this machine, and we have the patent for invention and the patent for utility models already issued for this product. For safety, we have implemented a lot of designs. One of them is that we use an explosion-proof solenoid valve to control the incoming gas, and we also have an incoming gas pressure sensor. The incoming gas pressure switch will sound an alarm if the pressure of the gas is too high. This is because if the pressure of the gas is too high, the pressure might cause the gas to leak out from the pipe at the connector, or maybe the gas will even break the pipeline. And it's very dangerous if there is a gas leakage. So also we have backup sensors. We have two gas detectors on both sides, one in the combustion chamber and then one in the control chamber. The two sensors will detect any gas leakage. If there is any leakage, the machine will stop. The explosion-proof solenoid valve will shut off, and the machine will also sound an alarm to alert the user. Also, in the combustion chamber, just next to where the Bunsen burner will be, there is a flame detector. The purpose of that is to detect if the flame of the Bunsen burner goes out unexpectedly. If the flame goes out, then the gas will come out unburned. It is very dangerous in this state. So when doing the test, the user will first put in the samples onto the sample rack, which can hold 24 specimens. And then the user will open the valve, the main gas valve here, and ignite the user ignition button on the touchscreen to ignite the flame. Then you will need to adjust the flow rate using this fine adjustment knob to make sure that the flame is in a blue state, a blue flame. A blue flame have a higher temperature than a yellow flame, and the higher temperature of the flame is what's generating the nitrogen oxides. The main components involved is nitrogen monoxide and the nitrogen dioxide. These two chemicals will be created near the flame, and then it will follow the hot air up into the test chamber. Here, the sample rack will rotate slowly to make sure all the specimens are exposed to the nitrogen oxides evenly. The nitrogen oxide will cause the sample to change color, And during the test, there is also a control fabric. The test should be stopped when the control fabric, the color change in the control fabric reaches a target state. And after the color of the control fabric has changed, you should stop the test and then take out the specimens to see how much the color of the specimens has changed. This is the test procedure. And for this test, the most important thing, one of the most important things is that you need to keep the flame blue. One reason is that the blue flame will produce more nitrogen oxide for the test. And then the other reason is that if the flame is not blue, that means the gas, the fuel, is not burned completely. It will, in that state, the flame will produce carbon monoxide and also some dust, which is very dangerous. And if the carbon monoxide and also the dust in contact with fresh air, it may cause an explosion. So we have invented a micro air circulation system in our machine. So on this side, we have this exhaust pipe, and also inside the pipelines, we have small fans controlled by the software to periodically introduce fresh air into the combustion chamber to make sure that there is enough oxygen for the flame to burn in a blue state. And also the small airflow will also bring up the product of the combustion up into the test chamber to increase the concentration in the test chamber. And in this way, we ensure safety, and also at the same time we can decrease the test time needed and compared to the previous designs and also designs from other manufacturers. And at the top of this machine, you will see a big exhaust fan. This exhaust fan will exhaust all the air out whenever you stop or pause the test. And this door is also magnetically locked after the test for a period of time. So this is to prevent the harmful gas inside from getting out accidentally if you stop the test. So after the test, the door will remain locked for 30 seconds for the exhaust fan to exhaust all the gas inside. You should put this machine in a well-ventilated area and also connect the exhaust pipe here up at the top of the machine. You will see this is our touchscreen control. It's our touchscreen control. We have English version and also Chinese version. In here, you can control the ignition, start and stop of the test. You can also monitor the temperature inside the chamber. It should be less than 60 degrees according to the standard. And here you can also use the jock to move the specimen rack for the loading and unloading of samples. And you can also turn on the exhaust fan manually, and there is also a light inside the test chamber for the observation of the test. You can set the test time and then the chamber temperature here. You can also set some other parameters related to the air circulation. This machine conforms to the testing standard ATCC 23, ISO 105G02, and also GBT 11039. It is it's a lot of innovations and is very safe to use and also reliable. That is for this gas fume chamber. And next in the line, we also have ozone test chamber. This is for the testing of color fastness of the fabrics to ozone. The ozone is also a very common contamination, contamination in the atmosphere. It is also very strong kind of oxidate, which can cause the dye in the fabric to change color. So that's why we need this kind of machine to test the color fastness of the specimens. This machine is a self-containing unit, so it produces ozone inside the machine, and it also decomposes the ozone inside the machine. It is used in a room temperature environment, and you can put it in your lab directly without the need of any ventilation cabinet or something like that. So you can we have English and Chinese version of the touchscreen. On the touchscreen, you can change the target ozone concentration and then the test time. Usually, in most standards, we set the target ozone concentration to 5 ppm, and this machine can go from 0 ppm to 8 ppm maximum. So it is a range of values that you can choose from. Also for the test, usually we will do a 4.5-hour test, and you can see here that we also monitor the relative humidity and the temperature of the environment. The machine starts when you press the run button, and then it will control the concentration of the ozone inside automatically to plus or minus 0.1 ppm. And at the back of the machine, there is a easy to reach, easy to maintain a box of ozone catalyst, which can decompose the ozone before it is exhausted into the lab. We also have a door sensor. If you open the door during the test, they will sound an alarm, because as we all know, ozone is harmful to humans. So if you open the door before the test, you will not be able to do the test. And if you open the door during the test, the machine will sound an alarm. All the values inside can be calculated, like the ozone concentration, the relative humidity, and the temperature. All the values can be calibrated and provides good traceability. This tester conforms to testing standard AETCC 109, ISO 105G03, and GBT 11039.3. As for consumables, for this machine, the only consumable is the ozone catalyst. The ozone catalyst, once you change the ozone catalyst, it can use for about 5 to 6 months if you use it every day for 8 hours. And then the next one here we will introduce is electronic clock meter. It is usually known as called clock meter, and it is for testing the color fastness to rubbing. A lot of us might be familiar with this machine, but in our machine we also made a lot of innovation, and we also have patent for this too. So the sample can be clamped very easily. It can also automatically adjust to different thickness of the samples, because we have used spring-loaded pins to clamp the sample. So if your sample is thin or very thick, the machine cannot do them all. And we also have a sliding plate here. This is for doing the wet and dry rubbing on one sample without needing to cut two specimens. This is for loading the samples. You just hold the two sides of one side of the specimen, put it inside, and then rotate the knob here. If your sample is elastic, you can also pull on the front side of the specimen to stretch it out. Or if your sample is not elastic, you can just rub it gently to flatten the sample, and then this is our patented push-to-lock clamping system. It is very easy to lock the specimen in place, and then you can start the test. It's also very easy to unlock the specimen. Just pull gently and it will come off. And then the unloading of the sample is also very easy. We provide undestructive test for the specimen. If you have a large specimen, you don't need to cut it anymore. So even very large specimen can be put in directly without needing to cut the side and then the length direction. We can also do non-destructive tests on specimens like a sleeve or trousers. The underside of the specimen holder is hollow, and then the top side is also empty on both sides. So you can put the specimen in like this. Just slide it in gently. You see, this loop-styled specimen can also be tested without needing to cut it open. And then you can clamp the specimen in. So it is very easy to use, and then you don't need to destroy the specimen for this test. You can then use the specimen to do other tests without needing to require any new specimens. So for the change of the white cloth here, you just lift the handle up and then reach down to this spring. Squeeze it gently, and then the cloth will come out. Then you just need to put on the new cloth. Say this is a new cloth. Put it on, hold it gently by your fingers, and then squeeze this little spring. And now you have a new cloth on the test head. You can do a new test like this. It's just a matter of seconds to change it. Next, we will introduce the color fastness to washing. The machine is on the other side of the exhibition booth, so we will move the camera here. This is our washing color fastness tester. This one is a large capacity model. It can hold 20 test containers of 1,200 milliliters or 550 milliliters. We also have smaller capacity ones that can hold 8 test containers of the same size. We also have this touchscreen control, and then some physical buttons for easy operation. This is the test chamber. We have built-in automatic water level control, automatic temperature control, heating element inside, and also dry heat protection, overheat protection. The mounting of the cups, the test containers, are very easy. This is how you mount a large container. You just push down and then slide it forward, and you can get the container out. To put it in, you just do it in reverse. Align this pin on the side with the notch at the side of the holder. Push it down and then slide backward. That's how you put on a test container. And now I will show how to put on a smaller container of 550 milliliters. This is the small container. And then you also rotate it to the holder of the smaller container. It's a spring in the middle. Align the pin on the side with this opening on the side of the container, of the container holder. Push it down and then rotate, and then the container is locked inside. You can put 20 large containers or 20 smaller containers. You cannot put 20 large containers and small containers on it at the same time, but you can do the test separately. It's very effortless experience. Here we have an air pressure cylinder that can help support the door for safety handling. And we also have this very comfortable and sturdy handle here. To open the top door, you just pull on the handle and then lift up. After you lift it up to about 45 degrees, the air pressure cylinder will do the lifting for you. So the last part of the lifting is very easy. And when you pull it down, the air pressure cylinder will also hold part of the weight of this door for you. So you do not need a lot of force on your hand to hold this door. We also have here is a manual drain. We also have automatic drain automatic drain pump inside the machine. This is only for manual operation if needed. We also have automatic water inlet valves and water level control inside. And we also have a safety precaution in here, is that if any containers fall down from the holder or some other materials fall into the test chamber and block the rotation of the sample rack, the motor and the sample rack will disengage to prevent damage to the sample rack and the motor. So let's come to the touch screen. Inside the program, we have built-in 32 built-in programs, and also there are 24 blank customer setting programs inside. So if you just need to do the standard test, then the machine is basically open the box experience. And if you want to do some custom designed test, you can also edit it in this page. In the test page, you can see all the information you need, like the time, temperature, and then the other test related parameters that you need to set. You can also turn on the heat, fill the water, or drain the water in this page. The water temperature can be calibrated, and it provides good traceability. Now we will continue onto this machine. This is our level DDD, detergent dispensing device. It is to be used together with the washing color fastness machine. So you put the test containers for the washing color fastness machine onto this platform, and you add the detergent into the water tank inside on the right side. We also have the water bath on the right side. This is to keep the detergent at the desired temperature. The detergent will then be pumped out into the test container on the left platform. On top of the machine, there is a small weight, there's small balance. This can measure the weight of the specimen, and then you will pump the detergent into the test container accordingly with a predefined batch ratio. The batch ratio is adjustable, and now I will show how to use the machine. So when you put the container forward to the target position, the light on the side of this sensor will light up, turn green. And also on the screen, you will see, touchscreen, you will see the cup is ready. Now you can put a sample onto the weight, the balance. It will automatically measure the weight of the sample and then pump the predetermined amount of detergent into the test container. The amount of water is calculated from the weight of the sample and the batch ratio. You can also you can use two containers at the same time. So on the right side, there is also a position for the container. Put the container to the target position, and then put a new specimen onto the balance. Two containers can be put at the same time, and the machine will automatically indicate which container will be the next that the detergent will go to. If the left light turns green, then the next cup to be filled is the left one. If the right one turns green, that means the next cup to be filled is the right one. The weight of the fabric is measured to 0.01 gram definition, and the amount of detergent to be pumped is controlled to 0.1 milliliter resolution. The filling procedure for one specimen and one test container is about 15 seconds, which greatly reduces the human effort involved in this process compared to the more traditional way of manually measuring the weight of the specimen, manually calculate the amount of detergent to be added, and then add the detergent and measure the amount of liquid using a measuring cylinder or a balance. It was a very time-consuming process, but now with our level DDD, you can save a lot of labor and also save a lot of time, while at the same time still maintain very high precision and very high repeatability. You can easily change the detergent on the right side by just taking out of the pumping probe and then remove the detergent container inside. Since we have water bath on the right side, we also implemented automatic low-level water alarm and also dry heat protection. We also have a detergent level alert sensor to alert you that the detergent inside the container is too full to continue the operation. You can see all the information on the touch screen. So this is the weight of measured from the balance, and then on the left side corresponds to the left position of the operation position for the test container. On the right side corresponds to the right pump, the right test container. And at the bottom you will see the bath ratio that can be set manually. You can change, and the bath temperature and then the current temperature of the water bath. Here, because at the exhibition we didn't add any water into the water bath, so you will see a red sign here indicating that there is no water or there is not enough water in the water bath to proceed the heating. So on the right side, since there is water around the detergent container, so when the water level in the detergent container goes low, below the water level on the outside in the water bath, the container will float because of the buoyant force. So this cover that we designed serves two purposes. One of the purposes is to hold down the container and prevent it from floating up and then tilting sideways. And the other purpose is that we can keep the moisture and keep the heat inside to help keep the temperature of the water bath constant. We also have installed 3 handles on the machine, 2 on the side, the left side, right side, and then 1 in the front. These are to help you move the tester, since the whole tester is on wheels, and also it also serves as a towel hanger. You can hang towels on here for easy cleaning. And the bottom of the machine, we have wheels that you can move around, and we also have drainage pipes as the bottom, so the water in the water bath can be easily drained out if you want to change water or clean it. We also have 2 water faucets, one in the test area and one in the water bath area. This is to help you easily fill water into the water bath, or on the left side you can use tap water to clean the cups, test cups, or the that spills, and also clean up all the detergent that spills out if there is any. So that's all for this machine. This is to be designed to be used in a company with the washing color fastness tester, but you can also use it for many other purposes if you wish. That's all for today's live streaming, and we will also have live streaming tomorrow and the day after tomorrow at the same time. Please don't forget to subscribe to watch our future live streams and also other videos. This is REFOND equipment at ITMA Asia Shanghai exhibition, booth number H8F15. See you tomorrow.